union would continue discussions with the government. ASU's one-month ultimatum to the federal government ended last Saturday, heightening tension within the academic community of Nigerian public universities. On the Punch newspaper, federal government, ASU entered talks on 40% pay rise.
We'll take a short break now, and when we return, we'll come to analysis of some of the stories discussed this morning. Stay with us.
Looking for a smooth, stress-free flight experience? Nurul Kulub Travels and Tour brings you easy flight booking with Umza Aviation Services Limited right here in Ilorin. Flight begins December 1st, 2025. Ticket sales start Wednesday, 26 November 2025. Ilorin to Abuja, 7:45 a.m. Abuja to Ilorin, 5 p.m. Flight to Kano and Sokoto is available. For ticket purchase, visit number 4 GTTS quarters at Dewale Estate, opposite Custom Lodge, Ilorin. For inquiries, call 0803-357-9219 or 0802-988-6743. Reach out via batureganiu2021@gmail.com or nurulkulub2025@gmail.com. We've got you covered with Umrah and Hajj packages, hotel reservations in Saudi Arabia, tickets to international trips to all parts of the world, complete, affordable, and reliable travel solutions. Nurul Kulub Travels and Tour, your trusted path with seamless journey.
On a journey.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, SEC 0209-462-1168, 0916-772-3240. Announcer, FSRCC.
Welcome back. You are still tuned to SBS 96.9 FM, and this is a newspaper review and analysis. I am Favour Raphael, and I also have with me
Racheal, Arokoyo. Good morning once again.
Our guest in the studio this morning is Comrade Saheed Abdullah. Good morning, Comrade. And happy new month.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad to be here again.
From our first story this morning, Tinubu's aide replies Obasanjo saying Boko Haram began under his watch. Sunday Dari, special advisor on media and public communications to President Bola Tinubu, has criticized former President Olusegun Obasanjo and other critics for what he described as ignoble attempt to undermine the current administration's efforts to combat terrorism in Nigeria. And he said specifically that Boko Haram started under Obasanjo's watch. Yes, Racheal.
All right. That statement, Boko Haram started under Obasanjo's watch. How true is that?
Very true.
Very true.
Yes. Because we are all students of history.
Okay.
And we are aware of how this insurgency, otherwise known as Boko Haram, started. It started like a joke under former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Unfortunately, it escalated under late former President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, around 2009. Then later it escalated 2011, 2012 to the extent that it carried out high-profile attacks, the iron bomb blasts in Abuja, Kano. Then later they restricted themselves to Borno, Yobe, and Maiduguri, which led to a situation where the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, declared state of emergency and security and allowed the governors of those states to stay. So I cannot blame Mr. Sunday Dare for firing back because he speaks for his boss, he speaks for the president. Then the other angle we are going to look at it is the way the former president had spoken. Honestly, when I watched that clip, it was not good enough as a former president for him to be speaking that way.
But don't you think he's just concerned about the situation in Nigeria?
Yes, everyone is concerned because it looks like an incitement to crisis, the way it was spoken. You know, only tweets of President of USA, Donald Trump, escalated attacks on churches. You know, before, the bandits, the insurgents are not discriminating. They are not discriminating. They are not discriminating against any religion, against any tribe. They just carry out attacks on their victims. That is why some of us disagreed when they said there is Christian genocide. What is happening in Nigeria is total criminality. Don't let us give it any other name. So, for a president or a former president to have spoken that way, it was not state manly. What we need from him, yes, he can express concern, but in a subtle manner that it will not exacerbate the crisis. Because if you see the attacks of bandits, and before they were not attacking churches, but when Donald Trump issue came on board, they struck in Kwara, they struck in Niger, and yesterday, from morning to evening, there was news of bandit attack on a church. So anything that will lead to religious crisis must be avoided. Of course. So if the former president could speak that way, you know, we have to give ourselves senses. Some people might not be able to digress or digest the message of the former president. They can use that. The former president has spoken. The Muslims are doing this. We are going to do this, and it could lead. And he was even speaking from a volatile state, Plateau State, which happens to be a state that has recorded huge number of religious crises and tribal crisis. So I was not expecting that from him, although I was not surprised because I know the way he speaks.
Okay. Now, what is President Tinubu's approach in combating Boko Haram? Because Favour has a story about a bandit attack in Kogi State, right?
Kogi State,
can we have that story so that he can analyze it for us? In some places in Yaba.
I mentioned
yesterday. Yesterday attack on a community in Ejiba in the Yaba West local government area of Kogi State, abducting worshippers, and up till now the number of abductees are not even confirmed yet. And speaking in line with what Racheal said, Obasanjo also said that the government has failed to protect the citizens. So in line with all of this, what exactly is the government doing? Are they doing enough to protect citizens?
I don't think the government is doing enough. I don't think so. Because no matter what they may tell us they are doing, honestly, we don't see results. Although we salute our military, we salute our Air Force, we salute the effort they are making in crushing these evildoers. They still need to do more. On the part of leaders, we are not seeing that political will from their side. You know, what preoccupies their mind is politics, 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 which is not supposed to be. So it is high time they do away with politics with the lives of Nigerians. So by so doing, all these will be nipped in the bud. One could imagine that Nigeria as a sovereign nation were unable to resolve our own internal crisis. Nigeria is not lagging behind in terms of technology. Honestly, when we talk about technology in the world today, then we come to Africa. Nigeria is not lagging behind. Artificial intelligence, robotics, drone, piloting. So we want to say that, so we now want to say that we don't have that technology to locate these evildoers. You know, as a journalist, we can fly a camera drone, even from your studio here, from your compound here. We can fly it here to as far as even post office. And we'll be seeing what is happening. The area view, everything will be seen. So I will not say there is no that CCTV or that drone or that technology to locate these evildoers and crush them.
Talking about locating the evildoers and crushing them, you talked about drones, right? Now, I think, in my own opinion, I would want you to respond to it as well. I think they're just scared for the lives of the abductees. You know, when you want to capture a particular set of people, they have the abductees with them. They have the citizens of Nigeria with them. So what do you think? I think the government is trying so hard not to, you know, kill a lot of people.
Yes.
This is the,
to back up that, to back what Racheal said, the recent one of the Kogi abductees, I think exactly that one. One of the news from Daily Post says that one of the bandits was posted a video and he was asking one of the girls that how many airplanes flew over this place. Like there was the government, there was, let me say, aerial watch over them, but they were not able to maybe open fire against the abductors because of the girls that were there. So yes, we spent all of this together.
Well, it's a very complicated matter. It's a question of right and wrong.
Okay.
Where they are right is the fact that they have to be careful in rescuing the abductees, so that collateral damage will not come in. Because, you know, to some parents, or to parents generally, they don't want to know the process in which their children was used to rescue.
They just want them to be rescued.
So, you know, as a parent will not want to hear what they need, and it's very logical.
Yes.
That's okay. They are not interested in this grammar we are speaking.
They just want their children back.
Back. Whether negotiation took place, whether ransom paid, whether they are less concerned about that. So that is the area where they are right. So on the part of the wrong side, there are some instances where they don't have their abductees. There are some instances where they don't have abductees with them.
Do you think they'll go about walking around without the abductees?
The way we have seen it, with some of the videos we watched online, we saw enclaves where they were carrying out their activities. You know, this entire security is more or less like an institution. It's not a joke the way you are saying it. Well planned, well orchestrated. Do you know some people are supplying them food? Yes.
Yes, I read of something like that where a baker would actually prefer to sell to them than to the community because he gets more pay from them.
Of baker, not selling to a community, but taking it
to sell it to the bandit.
They are getting foodstuff. They are getting drugs. There was a report I read. I think the day before yesterday. It was shocking. Where a pharmaceutical company, like that of a baker, not selling to the to a community, there is also not disclosed a pharmaceutical company supplying drugs to them. According to reports, some of the drugs include the cough syrup, the tramadol, the Viagra, and so who are the people behind this? So it's you know, there is this adage that looks funny, but it's very logic. They say if they explain Nigeria to you, and you understand. That simply means you don't understand. They go further and said, if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, you have what's the word? There is a tendency of you running mad.
Oh.
So that is the language they use. If they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, so that simply means you don't understand. So if you hear some story, it's if you put it on a common sense pedestal, you continue to think and think, is this possible? Some people are supplying them weapons. So who are they? So that is where the intelligence of government comes in. You know, it is not everything intelligence can reveal to us. Even the way government are telling us this, I think they are being careful of not revealing some sensitive information relating to security, because these evildoers are also familiar with the media.
Yes.
They listen to radio, they watch television, they read newspapers, they are on social media, they are even posting on social media.
Of course. I saw some clips recently.
So if government now comes out and be telling us the strategies they will use, that simply means the objective of crushing them will be defeated. So we have to be careful in seeking information on security too, because we have some information we call classified matters that should not go into the public. So I think government is also careful about that. So by and large, I want to add that former president should be cautioned. You know, this is not the first time he will be speaking harshly to people. There was a time he spoke to some traditional rulers in the southwest, telling them to stand up, sit down, as if they are his boys. He spoke to former President Jonathan too. Anyhow, he wrote a letter disparaging him, discrediting him. This is the house he built. We knew how he built former President Jonathan, and he used his own hand to destroy him with a letter. One of what led to the loss of power by former president was the letter he wrote. Then if not former governor of Ekiti State, former governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Peter Ayodele Fayose, challenging him. He attended his birthday, and he was talking to him anyhow as if it looks somehow. So later he let us know that he decided to exercise patience, because how could you attend a birthday and be lambasting your, it looks somehow. So that is why I cannot so if Boko Haram is now a monster, it started under his watch. I want to say that he even laid a very poor foundation for us aside telecommunication. So he established EFCC, ICPC to fight his enemies. That is why EFCC and ICPC...
Fight his enemies or to fight corruption?
His enemies.
Okay.
So, I don't... If he talks, or the same person, the same ambassador destroying Atiku. So, what does he want? There was a time when some journalists challenged him about his presidential library, that Nigerian money was used to build that library, and he converted it to his own personal library. And former governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, told us that he forced the governors at that time, in 2005, to donate 10 million naira for, and he was telling him he was going to collect his money, and he collected his money. So he also told him he will collect his money for transport he sent to him to attend his birthday after the fallout of the birthday. So the former president is a statesman. Whatever advice he's going to give or whatever statement he's going to make should be statesmanly.
All right.
It shouldn't be a statement that will incite a particular religion against the other.
Thank you very much, Comrade Saheed. Now let's move on to the next story because of our time. It says here, opposition APC clash over Tinubu's nominees. Opposition parties and the ruling All Progressives Congress clashed over the weekend following President Bola Tinubu's transmission of a fresh list of 32 ambassadorial nominees to the Senate, his first major diplomatic appointment since he recalled all envoys from the country's 109 foreign nations 2 years ago. What do you think are the implications of appointing non-career ambassadors, and how might this affect Nigeria as a whole?
Well, the role of opposition is to make the government in power accountable, and we have to commend them for doing that. They still need to do more.
All right.
They still need to do more, and I want to share in their sentiment because they pointed that lacuna rightly. You know, they said some of the ambassadors designates are his political allies and controversial figures, which I agree with them. Because who are his political allies? Let's try to put that in context. We have the daughter of former governor of Abia State and the senator representing Abia North, Senator Racheal. His daughter is on the list. It is political ally. Then we have the wife of former governor of Oyo State, Abiola Ajimabi. Ajimabi was his political ally before his death. Then a number of them.
You have Mahmoud Yakubu, former INEC chairman.
In fact,
And that is the most disputed name on the list.
honestly,
That's why I pointed it, because I want us to talk about Mahmoud Yakubu.
yes, I was coming to that. Honestly, when I saw that name, it doesn't speak well of us. Okay, you sent me, it looks as if, okay, you gave him an assignment and he has done it, you have to compensate him. So that is what the name of, I'm not saying he's not qualified, he's very brilliant, he's good, but why giving him, if you want to, you can dash him money without us knowing. Okay, if you want to compensate, okay, you have, but why putting him, it looks like the administration of former late President Muhammadu Buhari, when Nigerians were telling him to sack the service chiefs, to relieve them of their appointment and change them so that they will have new blood to inject new ideas into the security architecture. He did that. He did the change and gave them ambassadors. He changed that was why we have the Bura ties as ambassador of Nigeria after leaving the office as chief of army staff. So he doesn't speak well, saying honestly, morally, because it is a moral burden. Some people are alleging him of election manipulation. So he's giving them that opportunity to speak that they are right with that appointment. Then if you look at the controversial figures, honestly they are controversial figures. We have the likes of Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode, former aviation minister. Everyone knows he's very controversial. In fact, the way he speaks at times, even to journalists, he speaks anyhow. He doesn't care. He just no respect for anyone. So it's very controversial. Then we have the likes of former aide to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Racheal Mokri. This is someone who had spoken ill of the president. He had told Nigerians that he would never take appointments with this president. That it will never happen. He said it will never happen. Now it has happened.
Yeah, it has happened.
And he sent a thank you message to the president, saying that he represents a good father and shows forgiveness and all of that.
Exactly. This same Racheal Mokri also described the president with unprintable words, which I cannot see on here. The videos are there. If as at this morning, go to Facebook, not even Google, go to Facebook and search for Racheal Mokri speaking against the president. You will see that video. So now he's taking the appointments. So then we also have the list of former governors. The list of former governor of Abia State, Okeze Plazu. Former governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Iguai.
Arokoyo, former presidential aide.
Exactly. Then the name of one of when they are counting or listing richest people in Nigeria, Jimmy Ibrahim, Senator Jimmy Ibrahim, his name is there. So when I saw that name, I said to myself, this is a list of a situation where some Nigerians will be becoming richer and some Nigerians will be becoming poorer. So it's as if there's no hope for the less privileged to succeed.
So in your view, this list was not out of merit, it was based on loyalty.
We have to be fair.
Let's look
if
at
we look at the non-career ambassador, the career ambassadors now. If we look at the career ambassadors, fortunately, Kwara happens to have a career ambassador as a nominee. So he's not a petition, and when we check his record, it's unblemished. So another career ambassador we have seen on the list. I think from the career angle, I think there is element of merit on the career, but on that of non-career ambassadors, honestly, something has to be done.
Well, do you think that other criteria that they were choosing, because we're talking about non-career ambassadors now, probably they have done some things in the past that the president feels this person is good enough to handle this position?
Yes. You know, we are not the president. We don't know what runs into his mind. And even as an analyst, we're surprised having Femi Fani-Kayode. Aside his brilliance, is very controversial, but we cannot say he's not brilliant. Vibrant, he can speak, he's educated, he knows about diplomatic activities. So I think there's a special assignment the president wants to send them. In fact, as an opinion poll, we were asking yesterday, which country can you suggest for Mr. Femi as a result of his brilliance and rascality? And some people are suggesting Israel. Some people are suggesting North Korea. Some people, they are not even suggesting US for him. So they are suggesting a country where he will be able to play his role. He will be able to use his wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience. You know, ambassadors are representative for presidents. Then with that of Reno Omokiri, aside his controversial activity, is also brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. Honestly, his brilliance cut across all human endeavor. When he talks about life, when he talks about education, when he talks about economy, when he talks about politics, honestly, we should give it to him. But where he's getting it wrong is the issue of outbursts, talking how to people. You know, this is a lesson for us. It's a lesson for us. We have to learn. It's not about analyzing alone. We have to learn from the antecedents. You know, if someone offends you, it is not necessary you go on social media or like you're abusing that person. You can understand your disagreements off air, off social media. Because if you really concern, all those videos, all those things you said, you still be there.
Social media never forgets.
Yeah. Yes, social media never forgets. So it looks somehow. This minister for communication, Bosu Tijani, he had said all sorts of things against Nigeria on Twitter. He had, in fact, he said he will have nothing to do about Nigeria. He condemned Nigeria. We have our challenges, yes, fine. But when he was nominated as minister, they challenged him, they took him up on the matter. So he had to apologize. So we have to draw lessons from this. If you have crisis with someone, that it might not even be a government official. If you have crisis or misunderstanding with someone, control your tongue. Because if you later reconcile, what will happen? In fact, there is this statement people always say, be mindful of what people say when they are annoyed with you. So people always, there is element of truth in that.
In whatever they say.
Whatever they say. So if...
before you continue, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from. All right, let's have your take on today's program.
I want to greet Comrade in the house on the area of insecurity and the tactics the government is using to get their justice. I think we have actually educated those who are asking for how the process went on. It is not, the security officers, they are not obliged to expose all the tactics they use. So people are saying, why there was no shooting? Why they don't arrest those people? Is it easy like that? Some people, the terrorists are holding about 27 of your children and you want them to be shooting. What if they kill those people and you are saying that air forces are flying over and they don't bomb? We want them to bomb the children. I think those asking the question should rethink how the process is not exposed to us. They have actually educated those people on the issue of president's nominee of ambassadors. I think we need to leave the president the way he wants to do it. Because you can't appoint your enemy to go and serve to represent you. He knows those that are alive, that are on his line. Arokoyo of Recent has been on the side of the president. Fanika has been on the side of the president. And he believes they are good for him. To me, he appoints those in this critical period. He appointed those people that he knows will represent him well and defend his policies in abroad. I think that's why he gave them the appointment. Thank you so much. That's my contribution.
Thank you
for
much,
calling this morning.
Isa. Please, if you're just joining for the first time and you'd like to air your opinion, you can call the studio line 0703-150-1256. 0703-150-1256.
And you can also drop your comment on our Facebook platform at SBS 96.9 FM. Yes, Rachel, let's have the last story.
All right. On the Vanguard, Abacha $490 million loot probe. EFCC seizes ex-AGF Malami's passport. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has seized the international passport of former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami. And also, Malami had, however, described allegations as fabricated and said the truth would soon unfold. What is your take on this back and forth about seizing Malami's passport by the EFCC?
They are empowered by law to do that.
Okay.
The EFCC has that responsibility. And if they feel any Nigerian has a question or questions to answer, definitely that person should be invited, and the minister, former Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Federation, Mr. Abubakar Malami, will not be an exemption. So you might be seeing it as a persecution, but we should not see it as such, because if truly is guilty of that, let's give EFCC to do their investigation, because every time they take accused to court, we have lost huge number of cases. But what I will advise is I want EFCC to do a thorough investigation. It should not be a vendetta. You know, the minister or the former minister is now pitching text with the opposition party, ADC. It's not with the president. So we don't know whether that may account for his invitation. You know, even under former late President Muhammadu Buhari, former Publicity Secretary of PDP, Mr. Olisametu, suffered going to court back and forth and what have you. And later, he was discharged, and the news online now is that he's now joining APC. So we cannot say whether it is persecution or prosecution. So the FCC should do their thorough investigation and find out whether the former minister has stolen the Abacha loot.
Point of correction. According to the news, I quote, "We didn't say he stole the money, but he should account for the money."
Yes. They will not say.
Okay, because you use the word stole. That's why I want to clarify.
Yes. Because there is an allegation of stealing.
Okay. Or mismanagement of funds, right?
Yes, you can use
it will not necessarily be stealing.
But in your own view, what role do you think he actually played in all of this? Do you think that he, like he said, mismanaged the fund or probably stole?
When we hear mismanagement, mismanagement has a relative meaning. Mismanagement could be, you might not steal the money directly.
Okay.
Maybe in the allocation so it was not accounted.
Okay.
But mismanagement can also mean stealing. So, and if we look at the EFCC's allegation, they are not saying stealing. Yes, They will not say that because he's still a suspect.
All right.
So that is why they can't use the word stealing. But we analyze it.
Okay.
We can use it.
Okay.
If they discover that something is wrong, maybe he has stole money, they can invite him. So that is why they are inviting him. There is element of stealing.
Okay.
And they cannot, and it is wrong. They know it is wrong for them to tell him he has stolen. No. So because he's still a suspect.
All right.
That is why they are inviting him. Okay, come on account. How did you, as a minister, he was in charge of this management of recoveries and what have you. So under late former president. So if they are calling him to come and account, so you shouldn't see it as persecution. So you should see it as prosecution.
All right.
So I think prosecution has not. They have not taken him to court, but we wish that justice will be done on his case.
All right.
Because will not be swept under the carpet.
With the few minutes we have left, we can still pick one or two calls. 0703-150-1256. 0703-150-1256.
Please do call back 0703-150-1256. Yes, Comrade, with the seizing of his passport, is that EFCC overstepping or it's in line with...
No, it's, if they feel that he may abscond to outside the country, they have that, they can do that. They can do that. Why not?
All right.
Even the police too, if they know that they can. So, if it is part of their investigation and they know, so we cannot tell them how to do their job.
Right.
They know what they are doing.
On the part of accountability in Nigeria and transparency, what should the government do to ensure? All right, let's pick this call. Hello.
Good morning. Oh, we lost that call.
So I was saying that what can the government do to ensure more transparency and accountability? Just 30 seconds.
The government should show example.
Okay.
From the president to, because the way government run, it is obvious that there is no accountability. So that is why the former minister is being queried.
All right.
So and if anyone occupies a public office, so they should be queried.
All right.
So.
Yes, thank you very much, Comrade Saheed Abdullahi, for coming this morning. Thank you to all our listeners and our callers for joining us this morning on the newspaper review and analysis. Yes, Racheal.
Thank you very much for joining us on the newspaper review and analysis. Join us tomorrow, same time, same station, SBS 96.9 FM. I remain Racheal Damilola Arokoyo. Good morning.
The stage of harmony. Meet your ultimate exciting radio with premium entertainment and up-to-date news. SBS 96.9 FM. Keep listening. From the stage of harmony. Meet your ultimate exciting radio with premium entertainment and up-to-date news. SBS 96.9 FM. Keep listening.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
SBS 96.9 FM.
Ayé wa rajà títí wa o, ẹ wá rajà títí wa, ẹ bá wa dùnkọ̀ ọjà wa wọ́n. Ayé wa rajà títí wa, ayé wa rajà títí wa o, ayé wa rajà títí wa, ẹ bá wa dùnkọ̀ ọjà wa wọ́n. Ayé wa rajà títí wa. Ayé wa ẹ máa gbé polówó ọjà bọ̀ wá sọ́dọ̀ wa. SBS FM lọ́gá òkò ṣíkì méjì òbí tí bẹ́ẹ̀ níbo. Ẹ wá bá wa dòwò pọ̀ ní SBS 96.9. Ipò kò ṣíkì méjì òbí níbo. SBS FM lọ́gbà ṣùgbọ́n àyè tí mo fi bẹ̀ ń wò yọ òbí ara pín. ayé ẹ wá rajà títí wá o. Rajà títí wá. Ẹ bá wa dùkọ̀ ọjà wa ò mọ́. Ayé ẹ wá rajà títí wá.
SBS Radio Station. Kò sí méjì obìnrin gbọ́. Àgbàlẹ́gàkọ́ tí wọ́n yàtọ̀. SBS Radio Station. Òfin ọ̀rọ̀ orí òun. Kò sí kí méjì obìnrin gbọ́. Èyí tó fẹ́ ṣe bí obìnrin jábí dùn. SBS ní rédíò station tó gbalẹ̀ tó gbalẹ̀ tó gba ìràwọ̀. Ewékéré kan kì í bá fún ibùgbé. Ìtàkùn kì í dùn bá lu ẹ̀. Àwọn àgbà lọ́lá nìkan kì í bá yín ní dùn mí. Tọ́mọdé ti kẹsẹ̀ tó tó mọ yẹn lórí. Akàròyìn nǹkan ni wọ́n dá sáká. Kápolówó ọjà kọjá ta wìtìwìtì. SBS ní iléeṣẹ́ rédíò tí gbogbo ayé ń bó ṣùgbọ́n fún. Gbogbo ẹni máa polówó ọjà lọ́dọ̀ wa ó ti sórí ire. Kò sẹ́ni tó bá wà dùn pọ̀ tí ó pàdánù. Gbogbo nta bá fẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀bà pàdé lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. SBS rédíò station ojú tó lé ojú tó kó. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọkàn ojú tó ké rere. SBS rédíò station. Kò sí méjì obìnrin gbọ́. Àgbàlẹ́gàkọ́ tí wọ́n yàtọ̀. SBS rédíò station. Òfin ọ̀rọ̀ orí omi. múra sí o.
ẹja múra ṣíṣe ọwọ́ wa iṣẹ́ la fi dẹni gíga.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
ojúmọ́ túmọ̀ lè ní ojúmọ́ ire ní ojúmọ́ owó ojúmọ́ ọlá ojúmọ́ ọlà ojúmọ́ àìkú baálé ọ̀rọ̀ ni ó jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa gbogbo oníṣòwò pátá a máa rí ṣe o gbogbo oníṣòwò a máa ṣòwò a máa bóde pàdé ojú òní tiwọ́ àdúrà owó gbà lágbára Ọlọ́run abdulateef standard òní tún ní ọjọ́ ajé mi ajé òní wọ́n wá ètò yìí mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ètò iṣẹ́ ajé máa ń sọ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ pàpẹ ní oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ni oníṣòwò ni oníṣẹ́ ìjọba iṣẹ́ ajé làjọ ń ṣe ọ̀nà àtijọ́bùwá jọ ń sán Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ kárí tajé ṣe ẹ káàárọ̀ sà ẹ káàárọ̀ mà ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀rẹ́.
ń gbọ́ wa.
ṣebí ilé tọ́jọ́ ohun tá a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún.
abdulateef standard bá mi kí àwọn ará ilé kọ́nà pé níwọ̀n náà wà pẹ̀lú
ọ̀la. èyí tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ní àkókò tá a wà yìí ní ojúmọ́ ire tó mú wa lónìí òní ni ọjọ́ kìíní inú oṣù kejìlá lónìí mo mọ̀ pé oṣù tá a mú yìí oṣù rẹ ni ó jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa o.
àmín.
a ò ní rí kú ọmọ a ò ní rí kú aya.
àmín.
a ò ní rí kú ọkọ a mọ̀ lọre a mọ̀ bọ̀re.
àmín.
wọ́n ní àyín lọ àyín bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹnu àtẹ̀pẹ́lẹsẹ̀ ń tẹ̀nà. gbogbo ń ta bá ṣe lónìí Elédùmarè ní wọ́n bá ṣàṣeyẹrẹ o.
àṣẹ.
oṣù kejìlá yìí wọ́n lóṣù bàbàbà ni pẹ̀lú ògùn ọlọ́ oṣù tó kẹ́yìn ọdún yìí náà nìyí pẹ̀lú ògùn ọlọ́ ilé ayé wa kò ní kẹ́yìn kò ní tán báyìí o lágbára ọlọ́ bàbá tó láyé tó lọ́run a tún sọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé àti láàyè orí ọdún yìí yóò jẹ́ ti gbogbo wa gbogbo àtàtajà àtàtàjèrè gbogbo àtàrajà àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀jà rírà ọlá ìtòbí Ọlọ́run àní ṣíṣe o abdullah àti Babatunde tí gbogbo ẹ̀mọ̀ sí standard tó ra ṣe mọ̀ sọ fún wa lónìí pé ire owó ire ọmọ àìkú baálé ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ jẹ́ ti gbogbo wa.
ọwọ́ tí abdulateef standard tó fi wọlé láàárọ̀ ọwọ́ tó ní agbára ni ọwọ́ tó ní agbára mọ̀ pé àdúrà wa ti gbà láàárọ̀ àdúrà wa gbogbo apáta láàdì bá ti ṣe abdulateef standard ọba tó kù tí ọdún yìí ó parí oore pọ̀ níbẹ̀ gan-an
gidi gan.
oore tí ò lópin ó pọ̀ níbẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìdàkejì náà ó pọ̀ níbẹ̀.
ó wà ń bẹ̀ o.
Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ọba tó dá ayé tó dá ọ̀run.
kábíyèsí Elédùmarè.
ọba tó yẹ kó lónìí kápá lórí gbogbo ohun tó dá.
agbé ògo àti agbé fún wọn.
ọba tó yẹ kó ju ọba ayé lọ. òun lónìí kápá gbogbo ayé.
àlójọba lọ.
gbogbo ohun tí ń mí àti tí ò mí. ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè ló wà.
kábíyèsí o.
wí bẹ́ẹ̀. jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba nìkan ló lè.
ó lónìí nǹkan rẹ̀ o.
agbára ẹ̀dá kan ò ká nǹkan kan lé ayé o.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ẹni tó lọ́n bá fún lágbára ó kà fún ní.
ó fún ní o fúngbà díẹ̀.
ó yí àlò gan ni.
fúngbà díẹ̀.
fúngbà díẹ̀ ni.
kínkínní.
torí pé Ọlọ́run ò torí ẹnìkan dá ní ayé o. kálukú ló ní ìgbà tí àkókò tiẹ̀ nílé ayé tá a wà yìí.
tí ó lò ó.
kò sí àrà tó lọ́wọ́ ọba mi ò lè dá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ó lè pé kí òjò máa rọ̀ kóòrùn tó mú.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ọlọ́run ni.
ó lè pé kí òòrùn ó mú kójò tó máa rọ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ọlọ́run ni.
àwọn fi ní òun ni ọba tó máa ń yọ ọ̀sán jáde látara òru.
bẹ́ẹ̀ kú ni.
òun ló máa ń yọ òru jáde látara ọ̀sán.
Ọlọ́run náà ni.
ọba tó máa ń yọ alààyè jáde látara òkú.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
ó sì tún máa ń mú òkú jáde láti ara alààyè.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
bó bá ṣe gbọ́ tí mo sọ yìí ta ló fẹ́ pè lẹ́jọ́.
kò sí ohun tó ń wò ó.
ta ló fẹ́ bá wí.
a ní kò sí ẹni náà.
kò sí kankan tí Ọlọ́run ọba àbítẹ́lẹ̀ kankan lè ṣe.
kò sí òun.
òun ni ọba jídára.
kábíyèsí.
ẹni Ọlọ́run bá fún lọ́wọ́ ó fún ni.
ó fún ó yà lónìí.
ẹni ó bá wá fún kúta àánú àwọn tí ò ní.
àwọn tí ò ní o.
kò sẹ́nìkan tó lágbára kankan àfọlọ́run.
Ọlọ́run ni kò fàyà kọ.
kò sẹ́nìkan tó gbọ́ o àfọlọ́run ni.
Ọlọ́run ni o. Ọlọ́run ni.
ẹni bá ṣiṣẹ́ kan tí rí iṣẹ́ ńbẹ̀ kì í sọgbọ́n rẹ̀ kì í sòye rẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run ni.
Ọlọ́run ni oore ọ̀fẹ́ sì lórí gbà. àmì ẹni tó mọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ mi tó mọ̀ nípa rẹ̀ dáadáa.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
tó jẹ́ pé ní Ọlọ́run ò sì jẹ́ orí rárí ńbẹ̀. ẹlòmíì ò sì mọ̀ kankan níbi iṣẹ́ mi.
wàláì.
yóò wá lọ máa pe àwọn tó mọ̀ nípa rẹ̀ kí wọ́n mọ̀ báwọn ṣe.